for this Shivaratri. Meditate on this light, intense light, which makes you feel very pleasant in the body, and that heat which is very pleasant. And I tell you, when you meditate on this light and this heat pleasant, you just lose sleep on that Shivaratri night. You become awake. That is what is the real context of not sleeping on that night.
வான்வரையிலும் வளர்ந்த ஜோதி ரூபனே, தேன் சுவை தரும் தமிழின் தலைவனே, மான்மழுவினை ஏந்தி நிற்கும் ஐயனே, கைலாசம் தந்த நித்யானந்தனே.
நித்யானந்தம் நித்யானந்தம் அண்ணாமலையே சிவரூபமாய் வீற்றிருக்கும் குரு நித்யானந்தமே. நித்யானந்தம் நித்யானந்தம் அண்ணாமலையே சிவரூபமாய் வீற்றிருக்கும் குரு நித்யானந்தமே. நித்யானந்தம் நித்யானந்தம் அண்ணாமலையே சிவரூபமாய் வீற்றிருக்கும் குரு நித்யானந்தமே. நித்யானந்தம் நித்யானந்தம் அண்ணாமலையே சிவரூபமாய் வீற்றிருக்கும் குரு நித்யானந்தமே.
like that burnt. How many microseconds it will take for negativity to disappear in front of Kalabhairava's ferociousness? Not even millisecond.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda.
Yes, Nithyananda, everybody.
And all of you.
Welcome back, and we hope that you all had a wonderful experience of the darshan in Swamiji today. And with this beautiful space that we have experienced, now we'll be resuming with our session. And as we said earlier, we'll be having the past life regression processes. Before that, just one round of the power manifestation. Let's get ready to manifest the third eye reading once more. And then we'll be entering into the meditation. So we can all tie the blindfold first and get ready to start and see through the third eye. If you don't have a cloth, just blindfold, just use any cloth that you have. Make sure that your eyes are covered and you have the darkness.
Yes. You see, the Zoom room participants are getting ready. We're inviting also all the YouTube viewers and Facebook viewers to join us for this power manifestation. Just because you're not on two-way doesn't mean you can't join us for the power manifestation. So get ready. And after just a few moments, we're going to get started with this round. As you tied your blindfold, start cherishing the feeling connection to Swamiji in your inner space. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and start chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Keep chanting the Mahavakya, either externally or internally. Vibrate with this powerful cosmic passcode as we are going to enter into this round of the power manifestation. The image is projected. Let's begin.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes. You can open the blindfold now. Open your eyes and take a few moments to share whatever the third eye has shown you. Everything that you have seen, whether the third eye has revealed, please share in the Zoom chat.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda.
Yes, the answers are rolling in. Multiple participants have already shared what they've seen.
So pink flower, green leaves, yellow, blue, water, white, and white, blue. Okay, very good. So, and I'm gonna repeat white, blue, black, and a big animal. Great, very good. So let's have a look at the image.
A lot of white and blue.
Yes, especially.
Let's have a look. Yes, that is definitely spot on. So like literally half the picture is white, half the picture is blue.
Yes,
There's water. There's the big, somewhat big animal.
indeed. A big animal, the white and the blue are there. So all of you have seen successfully through the third eye. And congratulations, very good.
Yeah, let's celebrate.
A very good round, very precise this time. And very nice to see all of you manifesting. And
Yes, exactly. It's the
how
hammer
track,
chart.
yes, exactly. Very well. Okay, so let's celebrate this power manifestation and offer our gratitude to Swamiji for manifesting these powers for us, giving us the experience of the space of Paramashivoham inside us. And with this, thank you for participating. Now, we'll be entering into the past life regressions meditation. We'll be having two techniques and one which is a guided process during which Swamiji will guide you to go back to the womb of your mother. And this process, a deep meditation experience through which you can awaken the memories that you cannot trace, that you cannot associate with any incident from this lifetime. And the second is animal body meditation, which will help you to complete with many of the deep rooted emotions that may have been carried over from these past lives in different kinds of bodies eventually. So you'll be entering into these meditation processes. Before that, you'll be watching oneness capsule.
Yes, requesting all the participants to please settle down. And if you're living together with your family, make sure to inform them that you're going to enter into a powerful meditation process. You would not want to be disturbed during this process because it's one of the very powerful processes where Swamiji's literally open up the time layer for us to experience the memories from our past lives. So if conducive for you, you can maybe close the doors, close the windows, switch off your phone. Don't even put it on silent. Don't risk anything. Keep it off. Prepare a mat on the ground and make sure that maybe we'll give some short break before for everyone to just quickly freshen up so you don't fall asleep during the process. Just giving a few moments for everyone to get ready. Just understand this is going to be a very powerful process, which is going to take an extended amount of time. If you're tuning in from YouTube, we're not going to stream this on YouTube. So you have to join in the Zoom room. The link to enter the Zoom room is ecitizen.info/PSM. And then you have to join into the level 2 room. There's just a few minutes before we're going to start this process. So get ready, get settled.
So, as we said, if you feel sleepy, you can even have a cup of coffee also. Make sure that you are awake, aware. You have some time, you have a few minutes, so don't feel that there's not enough time. You can have it. And make sure, if needed, to close the door. Inform the people around you not to come and disturb. And you will not require to be on camera for these processes. So you can switch off your camera and be comfortable however you need to be. And we'll be playing the 1S capsule maybe for something like 10 minutes or so. So if you still need to get ready, you can go and do whatever you need to do. Make sure to sit and watch the 1S capsule though, at least for a few minutes, to deeply entangle with Swamiji. Especially, even this 1S capsule was not chosen randomly. It is chosen for specific reasons. You have to connect with that specific energy that Swamiji is expressing during this bhava, during this darshan.
Yes, for all the participants who joined in newly just now, make sure to stay tuned. We're going to enter a very powerful, extended process. So to get settled is going to be a long meditative process. And without further ado, let's get started. We're going to enter into the oneness capsule. And as Swamiji describes, this process is literally like a rebirth. So hold this powerful space, this sacred space.
And some participants who have children, also, if it is possible for you, if there's somebody else available to take care of the children during the meditation, you may want to request them to do so, so that you are not, you do not need to interrupt your meditation at any time. You are not going to be disturbed at any time during the process. All right.
So let us all settle down. And first bow down to Swamiji in gratitude before we enter into this powerful process. And we'll see you in the next life after this rebirth of a process. Nithyananda.
वक्राय महेश्वराय अघोरहृदयाय रुद्रेश्वराय वामेश्वराय स्थितिकारणाय सत्यस्वरूपाय सृजनेश्वराय स्वरूपं शिवशक्ति ऐक्यं दमरुकरतिरुशूलम् आह्वानहस्तम् काषाय वस्त्रं राजे सन्यासं वन्देहं परमहंस नित्यानन्द सद्गुरुं கொண்டு கங்கை முடி கொண்டு நந்தனம் புரியும் ஈசனே கோயிலை புடி சிங்கி தனையேந்தும் காலனே புடி ஸ்ரீ ஜெகத்குரு பிடிகாண்டம் புரிகின்ற மதுரை மாநகரின் ராசனே உள்ளங்களை கலைந்து இன்பங்களை அளிக்கும் சுந்தர வடமணினே சத்குரு ஆயுத திங்கள் நித்தம் உரைகின்ற செவ்வி கொண்ட செல்வனே சொக்கனே எந்த சோமனே ஐயா சோதி வடிவான ரூபனே அடிமுடி காணா அண்ணா மலையே அகிலம் போற்றிடும் ஐயனே
பதிசூடி வருக வருகவே. ஈசனே சிந்தை கவலம் தனேசனே நீ வருவாய் மூடு கனிகளை கொண்டு உன்னை பூஜித்தோம் அருள் தருவாய். கலி என்னும் கடலில் ஊகிட்டையும் இனி கரம் தந்து காத்திட்டு கருணையும் பொய்கையில் அலர்ந்திட்ட அலவத்மம் போல உன் திருவடியில் வாழ்ந்திட நித்தியனின் வாராய். அருணாச்சலனே நீ வாராய். அகண்ட ஜோதியனே வாராய். அல்லல் நீக்கிடவே வாராய். அகிலம் போற்றுகின்ற
वक्राय महेश्वराय अघोरहृदयाय रुद्रेश्वराय वामेश्वराय स्थितिकारणाय सत्यस्वरूपाय सृजनेश्वराय स्वागतं स्वागतं स्वामी ते स्वागतं अस्माकं हृदये भोः स्वागतं ते स्वागतं स्वागतं स्वामी ते स्वागतं अस्माकं हृदये भोः ब्रह्मस्वरूपं शिवशक्तियैक्यं दमरुकरतिरुशूलम् आह्वानहस्तम् काषायवस्त्रं राजसंन्यासं वन्देहं परमहंस नित्यानन्द सद्गुरुं கொண்டு கங்கை முடி கொண்டு நந்தனம் புரியும் ஈசனே கோயிலை கொடி பூசி முடிதனையேந்தும் காரணே புடி ஸ்ரீ ஜெகத்குரு விடிகால் உள்ள முறைகின்ற மதுரை மாநகரின் ராசனே உள்ளங்களை கலைந்து இன்பங்களை அளிக்கும் சுந்தர வடமணினே சத்குரு திங்கள் நித்தம் உரைகின்ற செவ்வுடி கொண்ட செல்வனே சொக்கனே எந்த சோமனே ஐயா சோதி வடிவான ரூபனே படிமுடி காணா அண்ணா மலையே அகிலம் போற்றிடும் வைகனே நாகாவரணே நால்வது போற்றிட நயமுடனாடிடும் நாதனே காலம் ஆழம் பாடுதனில் ஆனந்த நடமிட்டு மாறி செய்வனே அங்கிடம் கொண்டு கங்கை முடி கொண்டு நந்தனம் புரியும் ஈசனே சுடலை கொடி பூசி முடுகை அடையேதும் காலனே புலிகோலனே வீடின் விடிகால் உள்ள முறைகின்ற மதுரை மாநகரின் ராசனே இன்னல்களை கலைந்து இன்பங்களை அளிக்கும் சுந்தர விடமணி நேசனே.
நாட்டுல இருக்கும் மக்களை எல்லாம் பார்த்து போக வரா
காட்டிய மாய வித்தை செய்யும் நித்யன் வித்தை கிளப்பி விட்டேனில் பர தத்துவம் கற்பித்த பாரம ஞானியாய் ஞானக்கண் கொடுத்த தமக்கே ரூபம் காட்டிய மாய வித்தை செய்யும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். மெய்ப்பொருளான நித்யனை ஆழ்ந்து சிந்திக்க ஐயனின் ரூபம் விளங்கும் தாண்டும் சிவசக்தியாக ஐம்பொறிகளுக்கும் புலனாகின்ற நித்யன் மெய்ப்பொருளான நித்யனை ஆழ்ந்து சிந்திக்க ஐயனின் ரூபம் விளங்கும் யாண்டும் சிவசக்தியாக ஐம்பொறிகளுக்கும் புலனாகின்ற நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். உள்ளும் பூரமும் இருந்து உயிர் பக்குவமாக்கிடும் பரமனாம் நித்யன் ஞானப்பாடித்தங்கள் ஏழும் கொண்ட ஞானமும் ஆகியே ஆண்டிடும் நித்யன் உள்ளும் பூரமும் இருந்து உயிர் பக்குவமாக்கிடும் பரமனாம் நித்யன் ஞானப்பாடித்தங்கள் ஏழும் கொண்ட ஞானமும் ஆகியே ஆண்டிடும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். ஆப்த வாக்கியங்களான அருள் கவிதைகள் நித்யனின் மகிமை சொல்லிடும் மகிமை அர்த்திக்க பின்னே சிவசக்தி ஸ்வரூபமாய் தோன்றிடும் நித்யன் ஆப்த வாக்கியங்களான
உத்தமன் சொல்லி உண்மை திருத்தாங்கி வாங்கிய மனத்தில் வந்திட்ட துக்கமெல்லாம் போக்கி குறையலாம் களைந்து நிறைவலாம் தந்திட ஓங்கி உலகளந்த உத்தமன் பாதத்தை வருடிய கங்கை வருடிய பூமிக்கு வந்தேன் ஹரித்வாரம் கண்டேன் வாருங்கள்.
தகமலை வந்த மகாதேவிகமாய் நின்றவா அண்டத்துக்கு நித்யானந்த தியானம் தந்தவா தகமலை வந்த மகாதேவிகமாய் நின்றவா அண்டத்துக்கு நித்யானந்த தியானம் தந்தவா கட்டி தரும் நித்யானந்தன் தியானம் தன்னை செய்தாலது பக்தியோடும் ஸ்ரத்தையோடும் நித்யா உன்னை பூஜிப்பது பல நாட்டவமோ பல நாள் நித்யானந்தன் ரூபம் இன்று இறையே குருவின் உருவில் வையம் காக்கும் எண்ணம் கொண்டு தகமலை வந்த மகாதேவிகமாய் நின்றவா அண்டத்துக்கு நித்யானந்த தியானம் தந்தவா தகமலை வந்த மகாதேவிகமாய் நின்றவா அண்டத்துக்கு நித்யானந்த தியானம் தந்தவா. சொர்க்கம் என்றாலே அன்பு வழிதானே என்றே நீ உற்சாகமாக உணர்த்திட இன்பம் கண்டோமே சொர்க்கம் என்றாலே அன்பு வழிதானே என்றே நீ உற்சாகமாக உணர்த்திட இன்பம் கண்டோமே உள்ளமது சொர்க்கம் அதை அண்ட தனில் தான் தேடுது உள்ளுரையும் ஆனந்தத்தின் எல்லை வீர உண்டாகுது ஆடும் மடியாரை நித்திய தியானம் தன்னை தந்து இங்கு தேடும் சுக வாழ்வை தர நித்யானந்தன் ரூபம் கொண்டு தகமலை வந்த மகாதேவிகமாய் நின்றவா அண்டத்துக்கு நித்யானந்த தியானம் தந்தவா தகமலை வந்த மகாதேவிகமாய் நின்றவா அண்டத்துக்கு நித்யானந்த தியானம் தந்தவா. உள்ளுக்குள் உண்டாகும் நித்ய ஆனந்தம் கண்டாலே உள்ளம் தெய்வீகம் கொண்டாடும் என்றாய் நித்யானந்தா நீ கள்ளங்கள் இல்லாமல் கொள்ளும் தெய்வீகம் என்னாலும் எம்மை ஞானத்தின் மெய்வாழ்வில் சேர்க்கும் யுக்தி தந்தாய் நீ உள்ளுக்குள் உண்டாகும் நித்ய ஆனந்தம் கண்டாலே உள்ளம் தெய்வீகம் கொண்டாடும் என்றாய் நித்யானந்தா நீ
Mahadeva is teaching. So understand the essence of this technique. The essence of this sutra is toss attachment for body aside, realizing I am everywhere. And one who is everywhere is joyous. One who is everywhere, a small story. One lady, she is working in the circus. She is a lion tamer. She just plays with the lion. Whatever she says, the lion does. The whole audience group was shouting, applauding what she was doing. Actually, she kept a small sugar cake on her tongue. Lion came and just picked up that cake and went. It just comes, picks up just the sugar cake and goes. It is too much. And the lion obeys her command just so obediently. It was just surprising. All the fellows are applauding in the audience. One guy was sitting very straight, very silent. Okay, kind of a look. She looks at him and says, "What do you think? You think you can do this?" He says, "Surely, when lion can do, why not me?" Understand? He says he can do, but from the wrong side. When lion can do, why not me? Whenever your mind brings hope, from right side or wrong side, it continuously brings hope. Bringing hope is the way your mind possesses you and keeps itself alive. Here, Mahadeva says, thinking nothing. Actually, if you do this, if you try this, it's again, I can say, Ananda Sutra. It is not Nitya Sutra. You don't have to internalize and do something. No. You have to only remember. Means allow it. Continuously, every time. Between every two thoughts, you come back to that nothing. Just see every thought happening in you. In that gap, you come back to the nothing. Then again something. Then come back to nothing. Again something. Then come back to nothing. Again something. It goes on and on and on. All you need to do is, now you mother the thinking so much, that gap, that nothing became too short. Understand? If you are thinking for 1 second, you come back to no thinking for 1 second. If you are again thinking for 1 second, you come back to no thinking for 1 second. Between every thought, you come back to your center. Thoughts are not moving horizontally. They are happening vertically. Means, here is your base. Every time you come back to your center. From here only you start and come back. Then start, come back. Means, every time you come back to nothing. Come back to nothing. Understand? Be very clear. Between every thinking, you are coming back to nothing. This clarity is enough. Now you will start giving importance to that nothing. All you need to do is shift the importance to nothing. As on now, your importance is always to the thinking. Now shift the importance to nothing. Just see. Yes, there was a gap. Yes, there was a gap. Yes, there was a gap. Be aware, remember that nothingness, that gap, which happens between every thought. Now, as on now, you always remember the thought and forget about the gap. Just shift the attention shift the attention to the gap and forget about the thought, then naturally you will not allow the further and further of expansion of thinking. You will be centered on that nothing. Understand? When Mahadeva says, think of nothing, do not think it is impossible. If it was impossible, Mahadeva doesn't have to tell. If it is impractical, he will never talk. One thing, this technique is for a person who is really evolved, who has really evolved, who has really seen sometimes at least few moments of silence in himself. Maybe if 100 persons try this technique, only one or two it will click. I am talking about it so that it will be on record. It will be on record, and with whoever it clicks, let it click. Thinking of nothing is what I call choiceless awareness. A pure, choiceless, simple awareness. Neither thinking of past or future or even the present. Just changing, shifting your attention to the gap, shifting your attention to the nothing. That is the essence of this sutra. Mahadeva says, shift your attention to nothing. Suddenly you will see, you will become unlimited self. You will become unlimited being. Shifting the gap to the nothing. You do not have to do anything except a simple attention shift. Simple attention shift. Usually, your attention will be always on the thought, because thought is so enchanting. Every thought which raises in you is so promising. It is giving you so many different kinds of promises. It says, I'll do this, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. Come on, chalo, do this. Let us have that, have this. Worse than the election promises from politicians. Even that one or two by mistake it may get fulfilled. But this never ever can get fulfilled. Think of nothing. I have seen poor guys sometimes, they will get connected or feel connected with the master, but they are filled so much with these thoughts, and they are so mesmerizing, so enchanting, they can't stay with the master. And mind will create all possible difficulties and problems. Actually, the original fight is not between you and your mind. It is between me and your mind. The original fight is between me and your mind, not between you and your mind. You are not that intelligent or powerful to fight with your mind. Your mind only takes your support once in a while. It asks for your support. Please stand for me. And as long as you don't stand for your mind, that is enough, else I will take care. Only when you stand for your mind, I can't do anything, because dharmically, we have an ethics. Enlightened masters do have ethics. We have code of conduct. We will not interfere into the freedom of somebody who does not want enlightenment. We will not interfere in your freedom the moment you consciously decide to support your mind. Actually, the fight is between me and your mind. Which side you want to stand, that side will win. That's all. As long as you stand for my side, I can continue the fight on behalf of you. Only when you give the power of attorney to me. Be very clear. Sometime in the hurry, you don't know what you are doing. And that is what you claim as courage. When the hormonal pressure is little more than your intelligence or logic, you do something which you claim as courage, that's all. Otherwise, except a man who has experienced this neutral zone, nobody can talk about courage. The real courage is to let go your identity, which you think as you, to relax from the identity, which you again and again associate as you, whether your money or your relationship, whatever you think as your power, whatever gives you the power. As on now, the source for inspiration or the source for power is only the matter, your bank balance, your house, your relationships, your car, or whatever you think as yours. Your education, the I and mind, you derive inspiration from the I and mind, fear and greed, your wealth and relationships. Let it be very clear, if you are deriving inspiration, if your fear and greed or your properties, your identity is the source of inspiration for you, means, let it be very clear, you are not too far away from depression. Because how long greed will be alive? How long fear will be alive? The greed will disappear the moment you have that product. Or if you understand that you can't have it, if you achieve or understand you can't have, both the time the greed will disappear. Then you don't have any source of inspiration. You don't have anything which makes you run. You don't have anything which brings you to life. Same way with fear. If your identity is based on society, be very clear, you are nothing more than a puppet. Big problem is, at least in puppet show, puppets are handled by one man. In your show, you are handled by thousands of people. Any single man can put you into depression. One word is enough. You are already in depression. If somebody asks, are you mad? You shout and prove you are mad. Somebody asks, are you mad? You shout and prove that, yes, I am. I always tell people, if you don't open your mouth, people may suspect you are a fool. If you open, you will confirm it. And if your identity is based on the outer world, you will not feel comfortable in that neutral zone. Person who feels comfortable in the neutral zone will be constantly rejuvenated. That is what I call eternal bliss. Constantly you will be energized. Understand? It's like every moment you are sent to a high plane. Every moment you are high. I just wanted to name this lecture, get high on air. Get high on prana. Every moment, if you start feeling comfortable with the neutral zone, every moment you get high on prana. Prana means the life source, the life force, the energy or the consciousness which is the base for your existence. Let it be very clear, the word prana does not mean air. In Sanskrit, the prana has got deeper meaning. It is not simply air, it's like air. Air is a product delivered from the outer world. Prana is the energy which you receive from the product. Prana is the energy. It's like a lorry is coming into your house and delivering some parcel and going away. The lorry is air and the parcel is prana. What is directly useful or what is directly the energy, base of your consciousness is what only is called as prana. If you can be comfortable in that neutral zone, be very clear, again and again you will be infused with energy, because that is the energy zone. That neutral zone is what I call Shiva consciousness, eternal consciousness, bliss space, Anandagandha, or whatever, Samadhi, Satori, whatever names you call, God, the neutral zone only is given different names. If you can be comfortable in that neutral zone, every moment, again and again, you will be rejuvenated, flooded with energy. In this lower neutral zone, when the incoming takes outgoing turn, you are flooded with energy. When the outgoing takes the turn of incoming, you are flooded with intelligence. Please understand, as I was telling you yesterday, incoming is life, outgoing is death. Incoming breath is life, outgoing breath is death. This is the lifeline and this is death. With the life, you are flooded with energy. With the death, you are flooded with intelligence. If you are unaware, you will miss the energy and miss the intelligence. Every death teaches you. Every death. One more thing, when I use the word death, I don't mean only the physical death. If you lose some money, suddenly you lose $1 million. Some part of your being is dying. That is why you feel so much of pain. Your identity as a millionaire is dying. Same way, even if you don't have good relationship with your parents, if they die, suddenly you feel emptiness, the pain. I have always seen in India, as long as parents are alive, these guys will not even give little water. They won't take care of them. The moment they are dead, they will have beautiful big photograph and put all kinds of food and seeds in front of that photograph and do aarti. There's a nice one-liner I read. As long as the grandfather is alive, he lived only in the outhouse. The moment he is dead, he is allowed inside the house as a photograph. His photograph will stay in the main hall, but he has to stay in the outhouse. You don't feel, even when they are alive, you don't feel so connected to them. But when they are dead, you feel the emptiness, because something in you is dying. With every incident, something in you is dying. If you can be aware, if you are aware of that moment, you will receive intelligence. Every incident teaches you. Be very clear. Every incident in life teaches you something. If you are aware, you learn the lesson, or you miss it. Then again the life has to teach you. But till you learn, life is not going to leave you. Be very clear. A small story. A singer was trying to satisfy the audience. He started singing, maybe some Carnatic music, something. After he finished, the whole group, all the audience, they shouted, once more, once more. Again he started. After he finished, again the audience shouted, once more, once more. He was on his peak, oh God, people are enjoying. And it went on and on 5 times. Then he slowly started suspecting, what is happening? Anyway, after the 6th time, again people started shouting, once more, once more. He asked, why? You are all really enjoying this song. He said, no. Till you do properly, we are not going to leave you. Till you do at least once properly, we are not going to leave you. Be very clear. Till you learn the lesson, life is not going to leave you. If you are aware of the death and birth gap, you will be aware when you lose something, when life teaches you something. You will be awakened to intelligence. Let me explain once more.
This technique does not mean you will only sit for half an hour and watch the breath incoming and outgoing, or outgoing taking turn into incoming. Please understand, it is not just half an hour technique. You will sit with eyes closed. You will observe the incoming breath taking outgoing breath taking incoming breath. That is the way to start, but that is not the complete technique. When I say be aware of incoming breath taking turn as outgoing breath and outgoing breath taking turn as incoming breath, I mean be aware when you are flooded with energy and intelligence. When you are given life, sometimes even a single desire can bring life to you. You can see you are lying in the bed the weekend. You don't feel like getting out of the bed. Suddenly you remember some friend, somebody's name, and you just wanted to meet him. Single thought, your whole body is alive. You are out of the bed. You just wanted to run. When you are flooded with energy, be aware. That is happening in this neutral zone only. Same way, when you are flooded with intelligence, when something is taken away from you, you are flooded with intelligence. If you are losing something, if something is lost, immediately you are given some message, some understanding about the life. Be aware when you are flooded with intelligence. This is intelligence neutral zone. This is energy neutral zone.
If you are trying to unclutch from one thought at a time, it is beautiful. Trying to unclutch from two thoughts at a time means thinking that how will I unclutch if that happens? That is where difficulty starts. Trying to unclutch from two thoughts at a time, you are caught. Trying to clutch with the two thoughts at a time, again you are caught. Means if you experience a glimpse of joy, relaxed mood, now you are trying to clutch with it. You wanted that to be permanent. Now you are caught. Means you are trying to clutch with two moments. Am I right? If you want that joy to be continued for next moment also, it means what? You are trying to catch that for one more moment. You are caught. Over. Greed. Done. Your life is gone. Same way, if you are trying to unclutch from two moments, means if you are unclutching from this moment, okay. Then you are thinking, if that happens, how will I unclutch? Gone. So you understand? These are the basic sutras. These are the basic understanding which you need to understand. These very few understandings will completely shake you. This is what I call Brahmopradesam. Means getting empowered by truth. What is exactly your difficulty? When a relaxed, blissful, unclutching joy happens in you, you are trying to catch that, clutch with that for two moments. Am I right? All of you understand? You wanted that to continue. Am I right? You wanted that to be there with you permanently. It means what? You are trying to clutch yourself with many moments at a time. Then, gone. Shaft is created. Over. It will disappear. Same way unclutching. Whenever you are unclutching from something, you have a thought, now I am unclutching, but if stronger thought comes, what will I do? Or if more emotion comes, what will I do? For example, depression. First thought, now I am able to unclutch, but will this depression take me away? Will I find it unclutching? Will I start suffering in this depression? What will happen if this depression takes me over? Then you are gone. then you are over, done. Understand? Unclutch from every single moment, or clutch with every single moment. Do not unclutch with the two moments. Do not unclutch with two thoughts. Neither clutching nor unclutching should be done with two moments or two thoughts. You are done. For enlightenment, all you need is unclutch from one thought. Now, can anybody say that I don't know how to unclutch from one thought? Anybody who feels I don't know how to unclutch from one thought? No. All of you know how to unclutch from one thought. It means what? You are enlightened.
Only for that moment.
Enlightenment will happen only for every moment. Understand? Be very clear. I am not permanently enlightened. I am eternally enlightened, but not permanently enlightened. There is a big difference between permanent and eternal. Understand? There is a big difference between permanent and eternal. Permanent means past, present, future put together. Eternal means no past, no future, only present. Because there is no past, no future, no present. Eternal means beyond time. Permanent means all time. I am not enlightened all time. I am enlightened beyond time. Understand? This is a very important thing you need to understand. I am not permanently enlightened. Be very clear. I am eternally enlightened. Enlightenment happens every moment. Every moment. Every moment. Understand? When I tell you that I became enlightened on January 1st, 2000, it does not mean something has suddenly happened in me. I just decided from today I will live my enlightenment. I promise you. This is the truth. I just decided, today is my birthday. I think I did all my foolishness enough. From today, I am going to live my enlightenment. That's all. Just decide, nothing else. Understand these two things. For enlightenment, all you need is unclutching from one thought. One more thing, even I can't unclutch from two thoughts. If I try to unclutch from two thoughts, I lose my enlightenment. Fortunately, I don't try. Fortunately, I became intelligent, so I am not trying. If I try to be unclutched from two thoughts, I am lost. I am lost.
Unclutched way, go on performing. Performing is the only way you will achieve the ultimate. Paramapnodi Purushaha. Bhagavan is giving the reference of Janaka, his father-in-law in the earlier birth. Janaka was father-in-law of Sri Rama. Janaka's adopted daughter was given in marriage to Sri Ramachandra, Sita. Sita is adopted daughter of Janaka. Bhagavan is mentioning, referring to Janaka, saying that even the people like Janaka achieved the supreme Paramapnodi, which can be achieved by human beings by the unclutched performance. So let the unclutched performance be the center of your life. Not only we should protest the ban on Bhagavad Gita, we should also take the responsibility of spreading the Bhagavad Gita. Spreading Bhagavad Gita means spread this one truth, unclutched performance. Go on performing. You need to catch. Don't avoid becoming a leader. Don't escape from the leadership responsibility. Bhagavan says very clearly, go on performing in unclutched way. Whenever you try to become preeminent in a team or in an institution or in a society or in a state or in a country, learn this truth. Now you are responsible for the whole team or the group for which you are trying to become preeminent, because your behavior is going to be the trendsetter. Your behavior is going to be the scale. Bhagavan is using a word, pramanam, the scale, and that becomes a standard for the people. This should be the important lesson for all the people who are leaders and who are trying to become leaders. Now, your body, your mind cannot express anymore your ordinary, mundane, personal, vested interest, actions and desires. It is already now sacrificed. See, the moment you try to become a leader for 10 people, your body, your mind, your behavior is sacrificed to the 10 people. Now, whatever is good for the 10 people, that trend only has to be set through your body and mind. Same way, if you are trying to become a leader for a state, now your whole body and mind is sacrificed to that state. Now, only whatever trend your body and mind need to set for the whole state, only that can express through your body and mind. Responsibility is supposed to fill your body and mind. It cannot go with its own vested interests. There are different rules, regulations, ethics for a person when he is in different standards of life. When he is an ordinary man, Shudra, where nobody else is following him, he is just a follower by himself to somebody else. He has no responsibility. He can do 10 bad things and one good thing if he does, that's enough. That itself he gets the credit. But when you are a preeminent person, as Bhagavan describes here, when you are trying to be a leader for some group or for some team or for some state or for some country or for anybody, even if you do 1,000 good actions, that does not give you the right to do one bad action. For example, some devotee gives me one meal. For that itself he is blessed. He is a follower. One good food he gave, he is blessed forever. But the person who is taking care of me, he cannot say, I gave 1,000 good meal to Swamiji, so only one poisonous meal I gave. You have no right. All the good actions you did does not give you the right to do bad actions. All the good actions you do does not give any right for you to do bad actions.
The truths, ideas, words, which brings you out of the tiredness, which brings you out of that low mood, which brings you out of that depression, gives you the energy, confidence, life.
Those truths only I call as Shastra Shastras, knowledge weapons. Truths which brings you out of depression, low mood, and adds self-healing energy and confidence, life into you is called Shastra Shastras. The truths which not only brings you out of the depression, destroys the source of depression once for all, is called mantra. Understand? The mantra word has two meanings. Mantrayate idi mantraha. The words which shows path for human beings is mantra. The truths not only brings you out of depression, once for all breaks the source of depression in you, is called mantra. Any mantra, if it comes from the enlightened, experienced inner space, you do not know why, how, what. Suddenly you see it is true. It clicks. Even though one part of your logic continues to fight, because if you accept the truth and start expressing in your life, many of the things, your vested interests, many things which you thought as life is at stake. That part may continue to fight, but the main, your being, your core will have that click. I know what he is talking is truth. Maybe too strong for me. Maybe if I start living it, too many things are at stake. These all can be a confusion or disturbance, doubt in the corner of your mind, corner of your heart, corner of your being, but the very core feels connected. If that happens to you, it is called initiation. Truth, when it comes out of an enlightened inner space and clicks, that's the right word I have to use. It won't be any. If you analyze, how could he convince me about such great thing and such a wonderful thing? You yourself will feel, how did I get convinced? You don't know. But suddenly your heart feels connected to the words which he is uttering, the truth which he is expressing. That connection, that click is what I call initiation. Please get ready for initiation. Today we are going to enter into initiation. I am trying to express some truths. Understand? Yesterday whatever I added is Shastra Shastra, knowledge weapons. It can bring you out of depression. It can bring you out of low mood. It can bring you out of that dull feeling to the inspiring, healing mood, energetic feeling. But today, what I am trying to share can break the very core of depression, what we call root of your mind. There is every possibility. Just be available, receptive, and ready to let this Satya, truth work on you. Suddenly you will see that click, that initiation happens in you. Just two things. Do not sleep, not only closing the eyes, even with open eyes. Many times, like a changing the channel. In the house you are trained. More than 5 minutes you don't sit in front of one channel. In 15 minutes you go one full round and come back. Some 30-40 channel you go around and come back. Same thing continues everywhere, even when you sit in the discourse. After 2-3 minutes you already changed the channel. Your eyes may be open. You may be sitting here, but you changed the channel. Either in the dream state or daydreaming state or almost sleeping state or just somewhere. Just today, please do not change the channel. And second thing, completely be relaxed, and the words which comes out of the enlightened inner space, just play with the understanding. Oh, yes, what he says sounds great. Even if it is sometime, it will give you an idea. Oh, if I start practicing this, what will happen to this, what will happen to that? The prejudiced, presupposed, hypothetical questions, if you can just push them aside. Yesterday I saw many questions. If this happens, what to do? If that happens, what to do? The if has no answer. You can suddenly say, if world disappears, if world is destroyed, what to do? What to do? Nothing can be done. That's all. That if has no answer. The if is just a cunning way of postponing the truth. Please understand. Whatever you want in life can be expressed by you when your whole being wants it. Please understand. Whatever you want to achieve in your life, you can manifest it, express it, without any other effort, just by your whole being wanting it. Please understand. I am making some of the most important statements. It may look very controversial, it may look very different than your beliefs are. Some of the important sacred secrets. Whatever you want can be manifested in your life the moment your entire being wants it. Not just parts of you. Part of you may want health. Part of you may want to have constantly junk food, alcohol and whatnot. Then you won't manifest health. Whatever you want can be manifested just by your whole being wanting it. Nothing else is needed. Please understand, I am making a statement which means if you want wealth, just by your whole being wanting it, you will manifest it. It may look very funny or strange, weird proposal, but I tell you, it works. For various strange, paradoxical, weird reasons, it works. Because universe is paradoxical. It's weird. Still, human beings are not able to decode the universe. That's the beauty of it. Your whole being wanting it can manifest anything without having to need to do any other action other than wanting. Every corners we have to find, every corners where limitations can hide, and clean them all. Our limitation beliefs, where all it can hide, and clean them all. You need to understand all dimensions of your existence. We are more than what we think we are. But unless we understand our ideas about ourselves, our body and mind, we cannot find the part of us that hidden by body-mind system. Please listen. I am making two statements. What you think you are not that. That's the first statement. Second statement, what you think you are hides who you really are from you. That's the second statement. Listen to these two. First, what you think you are is not you, and what you think you are hides the real you from you. The ideas you carry about you, body, mind, you can't find you. The part of you which is hidden by the system, for the flowering of the self, you need to work on the self itself. You need to work on your body, mind, emotions. Just like body is made of various systems, nervous system, circulatory system, digestion system, like that you are made of 5 layers. In Sanskrit we call it koshas. One of the oldest Upanishad, maybe 20,000 years old Upanishad, clearly describes the whole you. The sheets are coverings, in Sanskrit koshas. How many koshas we have? How to clean them, complete them, heal them, make yourself as one. These 5 koshas, the Upanishads gives us the understanding. You are the 5 koshas. First, the physical body you are having, which is made of flesh, bones, that's the first layer, body. That's the first layer of you, which we can touch, feel. That's the first layer of you. Second, you are breathing, inhaling, holding, exhaling. The air spreading on your body and cleaning. All this is second layer, breathing layer. Third, mind, your thought current, your thinking trend. Fourth, your cognition about you, the ideas you carry about you, your karma pattern, the root of karma pattern, the ideas you carry about you. That's the fourth layer, your cognition pattern. Fifth, the bliss, the self in you, the bliss nature of you. Understand these 5 layers. Physical body, the first layer. Breathing, the second layer. Mental body, the third layer. The cognition you carry about you, which is not really you, but which you carry about you, that's the fourth layer. The bliss happening in you is the fifth layer. Once you complete all these 5 and integrate all these 5, heal all these 5, enlightenment starts expressing. Means the ability to manifest whatever you want. The ability to manifest whatever you want. Only these koshas, these layers, need to flower, need to open, need to radiate and fall in tune. Ultimate self starts manifesting through you once these 5 layers start manifesting. All 5 layers need to be purified so they constantly radiate enlightenment. Understand? Physical body, Annamaya Kosha. Physical body, the grass body, physical body, breathing layer, mental layer, cognition layer and bliss layer. These are the 5 layers you carry. Taittiriya Upanishad, 2nd chapter, Anandavalli, beautifully explains this whole science. These 5 layers, understand, I'll repeat now. Physical body, breathing layer, mental layer, cognition layer, bliss layer. In these 5, we carry so many incompletions, patterns. Removing all those incompletions, engrams, patterns, helping every one of you to completely integrate yourself, helping every one of you to fulfill yourself, helping every one of you to experience yourself, the ability to manifest what you want to manifest, helping every one of you to do that. That's the goal of this program. Goal of this program is to remove all the incompletions and patterns. I'm going to introduce you to you. As I said, you are not just the body or your mind or what you cognize as you. Listen, you are not just body or mind or what you cognize as you. Let me show you a simple presentation. Visualize this as a round. I am trying to redraw whatever is projected. Actually, you are totality of your body. Please, the first component of you is your body, the physical body which you are carrying, which is made out of bone, flesh, blood. This is the first component. Then second is your breathing structure. Inhaling, exhaling. The breathing structure is the second. Third, your mind. Sometimes up, alive, excited, sometimes depressed, sometimes frustrated, sometimes feeling guilty, sometimes feeling alive, bright, sometimes feeling tired, bored. Mind. That is the third part of you. Fourth, what you cognize as you, what in core of you, what you cognize as you, what you feel as you. That's the fourth part of you. Fifth, the bliss, freedom beyond all these four. I can say the glimpse of real you. The real you is not what you think as you. Actually, the real you is covered by what you think as you. So whatever you think as you, your body, your breathing system, your mind, your cognition, when you penetrate all these four, then you realize the real you. You experience the real you. These 5 layers, in each layer you have certain mental patterns, incompletions. I can say that when you travel in city, if you are going from here and want to cross the city, so many diversions. Suddenly one political rally, take diversion. Then road is cut by PWD, take diversion. Road is cut by BSNL, take diversion. Traffic jam, take diversion. Finally, instead of crossing the city, you will end up back in the same road. No, that's what exactly is happening in our life. When you try to cross layer by layer and reach your core, please understand, every day, every one of you are struggling to experience your core. When you are back from your work, the way you throw your shoes, throw your clothes, lie down on the bed, even in that moment, you are trying to reach the real you. Unfortunately, constantly you are facing the boats, take diversion, take diversion, take diversion. Each one of your mental pattern is take diversion board, no entry board. Take diversion, no entry, road closed, maintenance work going on, sorry for the inconvenience. These are the boards you are constantly facing. Every pattern, every incompletion you are carrying is no entry board which stops you experiencing the real you. The real you. I should define the word incompletion. Words, thoughts, emotions, residues, hangovers of the past sitting in your present and not letting you live your future is pattern. Listen. Words, thoughts, emotions, hangovers, residues sitting in your past, not letting you live your future is incompletion or patterns. It can be as simple as morning cup of coffee. There are many people, without cup of coffee, they can't get out of their bed or they can't get out of their bedroom. Many can't even go for 1, 2, 3 without cup of coffee. Now it's a physical level pattern. It can be as simple as cup of coffee and as complicated as always attracting abusive relationships. Please understand, if you are constantly attracting the people in your life who cheat you, who abuse you, who exploit you, even that is your pattern. So please understand, I have to tell you the truth. I have to reveal the truth to you all. If you are attracting again and again people who are abusing you, cheating you, exploiting you, or hurting you, harming you, even that is a pattern. I'll explain step by step. It can be as simple as morning cup of coffee to as complicated as attracting, abusing, hurting people in your life. Both are patterns at different levels. You have 5 parts of you where the patterns are stored. These 5-layer patterns are responsible for you not experiencing completion. Once you experience completion, you will simply know how to rewrite your life, how to create your life as you want. These 5-layer patterns, incompletions, with which we are struggling. Now I am going to help you. the real you, the real you covered by what you think as you. See, prana is the energy which your body absorbs while you are breathing. Please understand. Prana is the energy your body absorbs while you are breathing. Air itself is not prana, but the energy which comes through the air is prana. Air is like a vehicle. Air is like a vehicle. On a physiological level, prana refers to your circulatory and respiratory systems. See, prana does 5 things inside you. Inhalation, that's called prana. Vyana means the air which goes inside and stays in you. Third, udana, the air which goes inside and spreads all over the body. Samana, the air which leaves your body. Apana, the air which does cleaning process in your body. Actually, these 5 movements of air energy inside you, as totally called as pranic layer. Please listen. I'll repeat once more. The 5 breathing activity happens in you. Inhaling, holding, exhaling, spreading all over your body, and cleaning. These 5 put together is called pranic layer. See, actually, purpose of power manifestation is to make you more and more integrated to the life. Please understand. Power of your prana is power of your health, power of your life. Few days before I was telling, in 11 dimensions of the universe, the forms I use is different, the names I use is different, the language I use is different, but the breathing I do is same. The inhaling, the air inhaled now, goes up to Kailasa, Bhur, Bhuva, Suva, Tapa, Satya, crossing all the lokas, goes up to Kailasa and takes a turn and comes back. When it is very powerful, the mantras released through this breathing gets into your system so deeply, awakens your system so powerfully. It is like the moment the sacred syllables are given, immediately it becomes part of your cognition.
Yes. Nithyananda, and welcome back. So we hope that all of you enjoyed the meditation. You can take few moments to come back to your senses. And we are curious to know what all experiences you've had. And also we want to encourage all of you to take a few moments to take note of all the experiences, realizations, completions that you experience, so that you will not forget it. And do share as well, so that we can also know what you experience. And also when you share, naturally you will all of these experiences will become part of your muscle memory and biomemory, and you will remember them later. Swamiji especially emphasize this: whenever you have spiritual experiences, share them with others. Then only, even after a few years, you will remember, it will be there in your memory. So take a few moments as these experiences are fresh, and give a few minutes for all of you to take note and share your experiences. And definitely some of the very powerful meditation techniques, processes that Swamiji has gifted all of us. And once you have experienced it, especially guided by Swamiji, and you can practice these meditations again if you are really eager to retrieve the past life memories. So we look forward to knowing what our experiences you've had, but I think I'm halfway, I'm falling asleep. Okay, all right, it's understandable. No issue. So take a few moments to take notes and share your experience.
All right. Many participants are sharing the beautiful experiences they had and the powerful breakthroughs that they have experienced. Thank you so much for sharing. And from this powerful space, literally a new birth, let us now enter into the final round of power manifestation of the day. We're manifesting the power of blindfold reading. So all of you, get your blindfolds ready and settle down.
Yes. So thank you all for sharing your experience. We've read what all you have shared, the memories, feeling like a little lion, the emotions also that have been experienced. So that's really good. You have definitely experienced and connected with some of the memories, emotions. You will see a very deep feeling of completion inside. And even now, see, as we manifest the power of a third eye reading, when you bring that intense awareness to the third eye, and as Swamiji is directly manifesting through your third eye, you may see that some of these memories and emotions will get completed even during the manifestation as you manifest the power. And definitely do spend some more time, whatever memories have opened up inside you, to do the completion or to connect with them again. Especially persons were sharing that they're enjoying these memories. So that's very nice. Enjoy it definitely as it is, as it has been revealed to you. It's literally like a boon, a gift given by Swamiji, a memory that you need to experience. See, you may not remember everything, as Swamiji was saying. There's always a purpose to this process. But whatever is revealed to you is exactly what you need. So remember that, enjoy that, and celebrate it. Whatever other emotions have been felt, complete with them. We'll see that exactly what you need has been revealed to each one of you. And we have even more sharing that have come. So we'll be reading through all of that. In the meantime, let's begin the power manifestation. We can all tie the blindfold and let's manifest once more the power of third eye reading. We can all cover your eyes and get ready to manifest the power. Give a few moments for everyone to tie the blindfold, and then we'll be showing the image on the screen. So once you are ready, sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line and unclutch from everything you have experienced. Don't try to suppress anything, don't try to encourage anything, just unclutch. Be in a space of unclutch. And chant the Mahavakya, connecting with Swamiji and having your awareness on the third eye. We'll be showing the image on the screen. If you don't have a blindfold, use any cloth, but you need to cover your eyes. You need the darkness for to manifest this power fully. So we'll be showing the image on the screen now. If you haven't covered your eyes, you can do so now. And let's now enter into the power
Nithyananda Paramashivoham Nithyananda Paramashivoham Nithyananda
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Okay. We can now remove the blindfold. And let's proceed into the verification. First, you can share what you have seen. What Swamiji has revealed. Natara Priya, black in a mountain. All right.
Yes. So participants have started sharing. We have black and mountain, purple, pink, diamond, round, painted, and more mountains. All right. So let's have a look at the actual image.
And you can see indeed a mountain and black color, pink and purple color. All of that is there. So congratulations, very good. So you saw the mountain, even the main aspect of this image.
There is actually a clock overlaid in the cloud. So something round is also there, painted. So congratulations, everyone.
Right, and it gives the feeling of being painted with the overlay. So that's really good. Great. So again, a very good one. Congratulations to you all for manifesting the power more and more. And it's now time. We have come to the end of today's sessions, discovering and experiencing the past life regression process and coming to completion more and more with our paths. And we hope that all of you enjoyed this process and you can experience this meditation again whenever you feel like you really desire to experience the past life memories. And thank you all for having been there for today's session.
And tomorrow we're going to touch on another very important topic, which is health. Everyone is affected by ill health. So let us learn about enlightened health, how we can shape our body as we want. Naturally, we're going to start with the 308 asanas, Dvitiya Vinyasa Kraman of KAILASA's Nithyananda Yoga. So make sure to join in for that, to be fully awake and alive throughout the entire day of Paramashivoham Level 2.
Yes. So this, let's conclude together now with the Purna Mantra. Let's offer our gratitude to Swamiji for everything that we have experienced today. Om
Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam.
Thank you all. Nithyananda.
Nithyanandam.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 The ferociousness of seeking is powerful enough, like the fire of Kalabhairava, to burn everything which need to be burnt and destroyed inside you. Laziness, tiredness, boredom, everything which need to be taken out of you can be just like that burned. How many microseconds it will take for negativity to disappear in front of Kalabhairava's ferociousness? Not even micro millisecond.
Around 5,000 years ago, at the end of Mahabharat War, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization consisted of 10,000 Hindu traditions, or sampradayas, that existed in 56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu provinces that covered more than 6 million kilometers square of Asia. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, is the reviver of KAILASA. This ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation KAILASA is an unbroken cultural, religious, historical, civilizational, and sovereign continuation and revival of multiple of these historical Hindu sovereign states and Hindu ecclesiastical entities. The unbroken continuity of these ancient Hindu nations through KAILASA results in the legal recognition of KAILASA as per the international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity. The international law, the doctrine of continuity, implies that upheavals and revolutions within a country, changes in government, territorial adjustments, measures taken during military occupation, or other internal transformations do not negate the existence of the country, do not affect the legal personality and international obligations of the country or state. The Vienna Convention on Succession of States in respect of treaties, 1978, addresses these principles of the doctrine of continuity as it outlines international law during situation of state succession or continuation. International law recognizes a state's legal personality by recognizing its identity. This perspective extends even during the period when the given state or country is annexed or occupied by a foreign power. Even in such cases, the legal personality of the state is considered to persist, enabling its subsequent re-establishment. Historical examples dating back to the 18th century include cases like Portugal and Genoa that were re-established after the Vienna Congress of 1815. More recent examples include countries such as Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, and Austria that were re-established after World War II. Even when a nation is deprived of its territory, the nation continues to exist. Its sovereignty and international legal personality continues to persist. The Dalai Lama, as the spiritual and temporal leader of Tibet, exemplifies this principle. In 1959, the Dalai Lama was exiled and forced to flee. Despite the challenges faced, the Dalai Lama continues to advocate for the preservation of Tibetan culture and garners worldwide support for Tibetan autonomy on the global stage. Similarly, from 1309 to 1376, the Pope of Catholicism had been in exile in Avignon. Despite this, he was recognized as the head of state as well as head of the church and given full privileges of the position after their return to Rome. Even in 1861, much of the papal territories had been lost, leaving the Pope with no sovereign territory other than the papal residence and related buildings. Yet his temporal powers were still acknowledged. He was recognized as a head of state, and later, the Lateran Treaty of 1929 formally re-established papal sovereignty over the Vatican City. The Sovereign Order of Malta further exemplifies this principle, retaining international recognition as a sovereign entity despite the permanent loss of their territory upon Napoleon's invasion in June 1798. Despite such permanent loss of territory, the sovereignty and the international legal personality of the Sovereign Order of Malta continued to persist. Much later in 1894, the order settled in Rome and acquired two properties, the Magistral Palace and the Magistral Villa that received extraterritorial status. Today, the order maintains diplomatic relations with 112 countries, issues its own diplomatic passports, currency, stamps, and vehicle registration plates, and has been granted observer status in the United Nations. All these examples of state re-establishment illustrate the principle of continuity of states, as per international law, that a state's legal personality persists over time. A nation continues to exist even after a complete loss of territory. A far more striking example is of the oceanic countries, which are under the threat of their entire nation being drowned and submerged due to rising sea levels owing to global warming. In response to such existential threat of climate change, Pacific Island nations, including Tuvalu, have enacted constitutional amendments and made international declarations affirming that their nation and their sovereign rights will continue to persist, despite their entire territory being lost to the sea. This proactive stance is highlighted in the Constitution of Tuvalu Act 2023 and the Pacific Islands Forum Declaration of 2021. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, through the line of succession is the present 203rd Emperor of the Hindu Sovereign Kingdom of Surangi Samrajya. He was crowned on the 31st of December 2004 at the age of 26. Thus, by very same principles of the doctrine of continuity, through which the international legal personality of Portugal, Genoa, Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, Austria, Vatican, Tibet, Sovereign Order of Malta, and several other nations has been recognized despite having undergone a period of exile, annexation, occupation by a foreign power, or despite loss of territory. The SPH Nithyananda Paramashivoham, through well-established legal and historical facts about the Hindu sovereign state of the Surangi Samrajyam, derives all sovereign rights and powers of the royal lineage of the Surangi Samrajyam as its 203rd sovereign emperor, from his inheritance and continuation of the unbroken succession of the kingdom of Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam Sarvanapitha. Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam, through unification with 20 other sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical, historical entities, became part of the United States of KAILASA, which thus became a sovereign, independent juridical state, with the SPH Nithyananda Paramashivoham as the sovereign. Just as how the oceanic nations like Tuvalu have safeguarded their sovereignty from the existential threat of total submersion by amending their constitution and asserting that their sovereignty will persist regardless of the loss of their territory, KAILASA, which is a sovereign continuation of 21 sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical historical entities, is also reviving and continuing the Kumari Kandam Hindu nations that got submerged. As per the doctrine of continuity, these facts imply that the KAILASA's statehood is recognized by international law and manifests as a natural outcome of well-established historical legal facts. Share your time, talent, and treasure. Become part of KAILASA. Sign up as an eCitizen https://kailasa.ecitizen.info. Around 5,000 years ago, at the end of Mahabharat War, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization consisted of 10,000 Hindu traditions, or sampradayas, that existed in 56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu provinces that covered more than 6 million kilometers square of Asia. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, is the reviver of KAILASA, this ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. KAILASA is an unbroken cultural, religious, historical, civilizational, and sovereign continuation and revival of multiple of these historical Hindu sovereign states and Hindu ecclesiastical entities. The unbroken continuity of these ancient Hindu nations through KAILASA results in the legal recognition of KAILASA as per the international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity. The international law, the doctrine of continuity, implies that upheavals and revolutions within a country, changes in government, territorial adjustments, measures taken during military occupation, or other internal transformations do not negate the existence of the country, do not affect the legal personality and international obligations of the country or state. The Vienna Convention on Succession of States in respect of treaties, 1978, addresses these principles of the doctrine of continuity as it outlines international law during situation of state succession or continuation. International law recognizes a state's legal personality by recognizing its identity. This perspective extends even during the period when the given state or country is annexed or occupied by a foreign power. Even in such cases, the legal personality of the state is considered to persist, enabling its subsequent re-establishment. Historical examples dating back to the 18th century include cases like Portugal and Genoa that were re-established after the Vienna Congress of 1815. More recent examples include countries such as Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, and Austria that were re-established after World War II. Even when a nation is deprived of its territory, the nation continues to exist. Its sovereignty and international legal personality continues to persist. The Dalai Lama, as the spiritual and temporal leader of Tibet, exemplifies this principle. In 1959, the Dalai Lama was exiled and forced to flee. Despite the challenges faced, the Dalai Lama continues to advocate for the preservation of Tibetan culture and garners worldwide support for Tibetan autonomy on the global stage. Similarly, from 1309 to 1376, the Pope of Catholicism had been in exile in Avignon. Despite this, he was recognized as the head of state as well as head of the church and given full privileges of the position after their return to Rome. Even in 1861, much of the papal territories had been lost, leaving the Pope with no sovereign territory other than the papal residence and related buildings. Yet his temporal powers were still acknowledged. he was recognized as a head of state, and later, the Lateran Treaty of 1929 formally re-established papal sovereignty over the Vatican City. The Sovereign Order of Malta further exemplifies this principle, retaining international recognition as a sovereign entity despite the permanent loss of their territory upon Napoleon's invasion in June 1798. Despite such permanent loss of territory, the sovereignty and the international legal personality of the Sovereign Order of Malta continue to persist. Much later in 1894, the order settled in Rome and acquired two properties, the Magistral Palace and the Magistral Villa that received extraterritorial status. Today, the order maintains diplomatic relations with 112 countries, issues its own diplomatic passports, currency, stamps, and vehicle registration plates, and has been granted observer status in the United Nations. All these examples of state re-establishment illustrate the principle of continuity of states, as per international law, that a state's legal personality persists over time. A nation continues to exist even after a complete loss of territory. A far more striking example is of the oceanic countries, which are under the threat of their entire nation being drowned and submerged due to rising sea levels owing to global warming. In response to such existential threat of climate change, Pacific Island nations, including Tuvalu, have enacted constitutional amendments and made international declarations affirming that their nation and their sovereign rights will continue to persist, despite their entire territory being lost to the sea. This proactive stance is highlighted in the Constitution of Tuvalu Act 2023 and the Pacific Islands Forum Declaration of 2021. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, through the line of succession is the present 203rd Emperor of the Hindu Sovereign Kingdom of Surangi Samrajya. He was crowned on the 31st of December 2004 at the age of 26. Thus, by very same principles of the doctrine of continuity, through which the international legal personality of Portugal, Genoa, Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, Austria, Vatican, Tibet, Sovereign Order of Malta, and several other nations has been recognized despite having undergone a period of exile, annexation, occupation by a foreign power, or despite loss of territory. The SPH Nithyananda Paramashivoham, through well-established legal and historical facts about the Hindu sovereign state of the Surangi Samrajyam, derives all sovereign rights and powers of the royal lineage of the Surangi Samrajyam as its 203rd sovereign emperor, from his inheritance and continuation of the unbroken succession of the kingdom of Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam Sarvanapitha. Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam, through unification with 20 other sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical, historical entities, became part of the United States of KAILASA, which thus became a sovereign, independent juridical state, with the SPH Nithyananda Paramashivoham as the sovereign. Just as how the oceanic nations like Tuvalu have safeguarded their sovereignty from the existential threat of total submersion by amending their constitution and asserting that their sovereignty will persist regardless of the loss of their territory, KAILASA, which is a sovereign continuation of 21 sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical historical entities, is also reviving and continuing the Kumari Kandam Hindu nations that got submerged. As per the doctrine of continuity, these facts imply that the KAILASA's statehood is recognized by international law and manifests as a natural outcome of well-established historical legal facts. Share your time, talent, and treasure. Become part of KAILASA. Sign up as an eCitizen https://kailasa.ecitizen.info. Around 5,000 years ago, at the end of Mahabharat War, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization consisted of 10,000 Hindu traditions, or sampradayas, that existed in 56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu provinces that covered more than 6 million kilometers square of Asia. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, is the reviver of KAILASA, this ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. KAILASA is an unbroken cultural, religious, historical, civilizational, and sovereign continuation and revival of multiple of these historical Hindu sovereign states and Hindu ecclesiastical entities. The unbroken continuity of these ancient Hindu nations through KAILASA results in the legal recognition of KAILASA as per the international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity. The international law, The doctrine of continuity implies that upheavals and revolutions within a country, changes in government, territorial adjustments, measures taken during military occupation, or other internal transformations do not negate the existence of the country, do not affect the legal personality and international obligations of the country or state. The Vienna Convention on Succession of States in Respect of Treaties, 1978, addresses these principles of the doctrine of continuity as it outlines international law during situation of state succession or continuation. International law recognizes a state's legal personality by recognizing its identity. This perspective extends even during the period when the given state or country is annexed or occupied by a foreign power. Even in such cases, the legal personality of the state is considered to persist, enabling its subsequent re-establishment. Historical examples dating back to the 18th century include cases like Portugal and Genoa that were re-established after the Vienna Congress of 1815. More recent examples include countries such as Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, and Austria that were re-established after World War II. Even when a nation is deprived of its territory, the nation continues to exist. Its sovereignty and international legal personality continues to persist. The Dalai Lama, as the spiritual and temporal leader of Tibet, exemplifies this principle. In 1959, the Dalai Lama was exiled and forced to flee. Despite the challenges faced, the Dalai Lama continues to advocate for the preservation of Tibetan culture and garners worldwide support for Tibetan autonomy on the global stage. Similarly, from 1309 to 1376, the Pope of Catholicism had been in exile in Avignon. Despite this, he was recognized as the head of state as well as head of the church and given full privileges of the position after their return to Rome. Even in 1861, much of the papal territories had been lost, leaving the Pope with no sovereign territory other than the papal residence and related buildings. Yet his temporal powers were still acknowledged. He was recognized as a head of state, and later, the Lateran Treaty of 1929 formally re-established papal sovereignty over the Vatican City. The Sovereign Order of Malta further exemplifies this principle, retaining international recognition as a sovereign entity despite the permanent loss of their territory upon Napoleon's invasion in June 1798. Despite such permanent loss of territory, the sovereignty and the international legal personality of the Sovereign Order of Malta continue to persist. Much later in 1894, the order settled in Rome and acquired two properties, the Magistral Palace and the Magistral Villa that received extraterritorial status. Today, the order maintains diplomatic relations with 112 countries, issues its own diplomatic passports, currency, stamps, and vehicle registration plates, and has been granted observer status in the United Nations. All these examples of state re-establishment illustrate the principle of continuity of states, as per international law, that a state's legal personality persists over time. A nation continues to exist even after a complete loss of territory. A far more striking example is of the oceanic countries, which are under the threat of their entire nation being drowned and submerged due to rising sea levels owing to global warming. In response to such existential threat of climate change, Pacific Island nations, including Tuvalu, have enacted constitutional amendments and made international declarations affirming that their nation and their sovereign rights will continue to persist, despite their entire territory being lost to the sea. This proactive stance is highlighted in the Constitution of Tuvalu Act 2023 and the Pacific Islands Forum Declaration of 2021. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, through the line of succession is the present 203rd Emperor of the Hindu Sovereign Kingdom of Surangi Samrajya. He was crowned on the 31st of December 2004 at the age of 26. Thus, by very same principles of the doctrine of continuity, through which the international legal personality of Portugal, Genoa, Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, Austria, Vatican, Tibet, Sovereign Order of Malta, and several other nations has been recognized despite having undergone a period of exile, annexation, occupation by a foreign power, or despite loss of territory. The SPH Nithyananda Paramashivoham, through well-established legal and historical facts about the Hindu sovereign state of the Surangi Samrajyam, derives all sovereign rights and powers of the royal lineage of the Surangi Samrajyam. as its 203rd sovereign emperor, from his inheritance and continuation of the unbroken succession of the kingdom of Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam Sarvanapitha. Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam, through unification with 20 other sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical, historical entities, became part of the United States of KAILASA, which thus became a sovereign independent juridical state, with the SPH Nithyananda Paramashivoham as the sovereign. Just as how the oceanic nations like Tuvalu have safeguarded their sovereignty from the existential threat of total submersion by amending their constitution and asserting that their sovereignty will persist regardless of the loss of their territory, KAILASA, which is a sovereign continuation of 21 sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical historical entities, is also reviving and continuing the Kumari Kandam Hindu nations that got submerged. As per the doctrine of continuity, these facts imply that the KAILASA's statehood is recognized by international law and manifests as a natural outcome of well-established historical legal facts. Share your time, talent, and treasure. Become part of KAILASA. Sign up as an eCitizen https://kailasa.ecitizen.info. Around 5,000 years ago, at the end of Mahabharat War, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization consisted of 10,000 Hindu traditions, or sampradayas, that existed in 56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu provinces that covered more than 6 million kilometers square of Asia. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, is the reviver of KAILASA, this ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. KAILASA is an unbroken cultural, religious, historical, civilizational, and sovereign continuation and revival of multiple of these historical Hindu sovereign states and Hindu ecclesiastical entities. The unbroken continuity of these ancient Hindu nations through KAILASA results in the legal recognition of KAILASA as per the international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity. The international law, the doctrine of continuity, implies that upheavals and revolutions within a country, changes in government, territorial adjustments, measures taken during military occupation, or other internal transformations do not negate the existence of the country, do not affect the legal personality and international obligations of the country or state. The Vienna Convention on Succession of States in respect of treaties, 1978, addresses these principles of the doctrine of continuity as it outlines international law during situation of state succession or continuation. International law recognizes a state's legal personality by recognizing its identity. This perspective extends even during the period when the given state or country is annexed or occupied by a foreign power. Even in such cases, the legal personality of the state is considered to persist, enabling its subsequent re-establishment. Historical examples dating back to the 18th century include cases like Portugal and Genoa that were re-established after the Vienna Congress of 1815. More recent examples include countries such as Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, and Austria that were re-established after World War II. Even when a nation is deprived of its territory, the nation continues to exist. Its sovereignty and international legal personality continues to persist. The Dalai Lama, as the spiritual and temporal leader of Tibet, exemplifies this principle. In 1959, the Dalai Lama was exiled and forced to flee. Despite the challenges faced, the Dalai Lama continues to advocate for the preservation of Tibetan culture and garners worldwide support for Tibetan autonomy on the global stage. Similarly, from 1309 to 1376, the Pope of Catholicism had been in exile in Avignon.